Welcome back to the Bear Network on BCHS TV. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, talking about girls basketball today with two very special guests. Of course, head coach Jason Reuter and also a senior player, Camry Mayo. Guys, welcome to the show. Glad to have you back. It's been a while since we've had an interview, and a lot of things have gone on since then, Coach. Last time we talked, you were getting ready to go to Knoxville and play a couple of games up there against two highly ranked teams. Matter of fact, Bearden is ranked number 2 in the state, right behind Bearettes Central, who's number 1, and we went up there and took care of business up there.
You're right, and it seems like it was quite a while ago. I think that was in
December 18th and 19th.
Yeah, we went to Farragut for a classic, and we knew we were going to play a really good team. I think we had just beaten East Hamilton in overtime.
Yes.
And we were talking about we were playing 6 games in a row that we possibly could lose.
And you said that.
I said that, and I meant that. I didn't think that would happen, but we were playing that type of competition. Mm-hmm. And when you're dancing with the top teams, you know, it's possible to lose. But we won 5 out of the 6, and you know, Bearden was a great win. And then we turned around and played Farragut on their home floor the next night, and surprisingly beat them by more than I think we were even expecting.
25 points.
25 points, yeah. It's not always how many points you win by, it's how many you also hold the other team. We held them to 25.
Yeah.
Held Bearden 26. I don't know. Camry, you think our defense is that good, or you think those girls had a bad night?
I think our defense had something to do with it.
I think our defense had something to do with it, too.
Well, I went back and did a little research, and I think it had been since the year 2001 since Bearden has scored that few points.
Wow.
And that's going back a long way. And it's a great program. That's probably the 2 best 6A scoop or 3A scoop programs up in the Knoxville area, I would think. And then you move on from there. You won those 2 games. You knocked off East Hamilton. So there was 3 in a row of those 6 you'd said. And then you go to Florida, down to the MaxPreps Shootout. You're taking on some of the best teams in the entire country, an invitation-only tournament down there, in which I think there's at least, maybe more, 5 state champions there from last year's, from different states, including us. We were there as our Tennessee AAA state champs. And then you faced 3 straight state champs from New Jersey, from Florida, and from Georgia. Georgia, then Florida, in order, and won 2 out of 3. And those are games that you don't know. You've never seen these teams. You saw Westlake last year, of course, at Georgia, one of our 3 losses last year, but you never know how strong these teams are and how good you are. But I think that really shows you where you stand, I guess. Is that correct?
Yeah, it gives you, it's a great barometer to play. You know, first of all, we'll start with the New Jersey team, mm-hmm. St. Rose, they're the defending champions, 2-time defending champions. They were ranked number 1 in New Jersey. And there's all these different classes. We could talk about number 1 single A, number 1 double A. We have 5 different polls in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. You know, we're happen to be the largest.
And we happen to be number 1 in AAA, too.
AAA. And you'll find that not always is the case the largest class, number 1 team, truly the number 1 team.
Right.
But St. Rose was ranked number 1 overall out of all the classes, according to MaxPrep. Mm-hmm. That's all I can go by.
Right.
And
that's good.
That game could have, so that game could have went either way. We won by 8. It was tight right down to the last couple minutes, and we pushed it out. And then, so proud to get that win. You're down in Naples. You're a long ways from home. It's 82 degrees. We're enjoying the sunshine. But the main reason we went was to play basketball. And so you check that one off. Okay, we're in this thing. We're in the Final 4. And then we ran into a buzzsaw with Westlake. We knew how good they were, but I'm a little surprised how many points we lost by, but I'm just going to say they're very, very good. They were ranked 10th in the nation.
Right. And
now they're ranked, the last time I looked, they're ranked 4th. You know, we lost to them last year by 12 down in Atlanta, and we were feeling bad about ourselves a little bit. You know, we didn't feel like we played well. Of course, we're not used to losing, Gary.
Right.
And we lost by 12, and turn around. When the year's over, Westlake is 37-0, and Georgia. So we didn't lose to a slouch, and we didn't. Even though we lost by a lot of points in Naples, I don't think Westlake is 30 points better than us. I think they're better than us. Could we beat them? You know what? On the right night, we could. That wasn't the right night, and it got away from us. And But to our girls' credit, a lot of teams would have got beat like that and would have came out the next day maybe moping around, and we were turning around playing now. The final day of the tournament, we were playing the number 15th ranked team in the country.
Florida 8A defending champion.
8A defending champion. Last year we beat the 7A state champions out in Phoenix. So we're playing the number 15th ranked team. They've got two girls they were huge, weren't they? They were 6'3". I don't know if you saw a picture like Anna Walker standing.
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, Anna's 6 foot, and you know
She looked up to him, didn't she?
Yeah, I mean, so Tampa Bay Tech, we pulled that one out by 3 points, and I don't think they're no longer are they ranked in the top 25 because maybe they've lost a couple games, but the point is, at the time they were ranked 15th, and so yes, that gives you a barometer. I've had, you know, we've been doing this a long time. There's been times we're ranked. Last time I looked, MaxPrep had us 101 out of all the high schools in the country. MaxPrep saying we're 101. That's not too bad.
No.
But the point, the district game is now the most important games to us. But there's a little pride in factor when you go off like that. There's a lot of pride here for the Bearettes, and there's a lot of people in Naples who did not know where Bradley County was.
They do now, don't they?
Started asking. Now, before we left, they just, now how far are you from Chattanooga? And they started looking a little bit. And but it was a nice tournament, nice people down there. We had a good time, but glad to be back home trying to win this district.
Cameron, let's talk about down there. Now, last year you guys got to go to Phoenix, Arizona, and play in the Nike tournament champions out there. Took 3 out of 4. That's pretty good out among that competition. You go to Florida, take 2 out of 3. You only played 3 games, took 2 out of 3 down there. But besides playing some basketball, you guys get to get out and have a little fun too. I seen pictures of you guys on the beach out there. So obviously it was pretty warm. Y'all had a good time, seems like, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Let's talk about, just go back. I've known you since you've been here, Brady, but when did you first start playing ball? How early do you remember playing ball?
I started playing basketball in 2nd grade at Prospect, and I played AAU during that time too, and then I went to Ocoee Middle School, and now I'm here. And I played like AAU through all of it.
Did you? Okay, now you're a multi-sport athlete. What other sport besides basketball?
I play soccer.
What position do you play in soccer?
Striker.
Striker?
Yes.
Which means you're trying to score, right?
Yes.
Now, you're a senior. Next year, what do you anticipate your future holds for you in the world of sports or education or both or what? What do you
I've looked
say?
at a couple colleges for athletics, and I've looked at both soccer and basketball, and I've also just looked at academics.
Okay. I suppose being a Bearette, you got to have good grades. Let me ask you what your grade point average is.
I have a 4.0 GPA.
That's as good as it can get, isn't it?
Yes.
And Coach, I know you take great pride in this, and every year at our banquet you talk about the overall average for the girls as a team. It's obviously a great honor to be a Bearette, and you're repping the school. And like when you take the girls out to Phoenix or to Naples, they're representing Bradley High School, and you know they're going to be on their best behavior, and they're going to make the right decisions and everything, and it's got to make you feel good. They're making good grades. Like, you don't have to worry about grades, you know. It's just.
Well, there's an old saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Most of these kids come from really good families where educations are important or stressed. It makes my job easier. I'd like to take credit for Camry's 4.0. I don't have anything to do with that other than maybe some speeches that I've given them about the standards of a Bearette. So maybe they try a little harder, and knowing that. But I think this young lady to my left here would have probably been a 4.0 either way. But my point is, there is a certain standard we hold them to. They're not perfect, but I told Dr. Cash, our superintendent, last year when we went to Nashville to go in front of the legislators, that I can take this bunch of girls anywhere, anytime, any place, and walk in any gym or any restaurant, any hotel, and feel very proud and feel very confident that I've got kids who are going to make the right decision. And I'm very blessed. They make my job easy.
Yeah.
Very blessed.
Well, it's part of the program, part of the work ethic to be a Bearette, that it's expected, you know, grades, behavior, and of course having the skill to play and be a Bearette. Camry, how do you feel about the team right now? We've won 5 out of those 6 games that Coach talked about. We could be 0-6, and literally we could have. We come close to losing the East Hamilton game. We got a tying shot at the buzzer, put it into overtime, then pull it out in overtime there. But how do you think the team has come together right now?
Well, we're halfway through the season, and we're like almost to district, like the end of district. So I think this week it's going to be like an easier week for us, but we have to stay focused and just keep pushing ourselves to be the best as we can be.
Well, after Friday, you'll have played everyone in our district in the first round, Coach. Right now, you're set to top at 4-0. You got Oodawald and Saudi Days this week. That'll be the first half of the district season, and then I think we only step outside the district one more time, and that would be with Meigs County, or a couple of times with Meigs.
Home and away.
Home and away, but that's the only other team I think outside the district.
We got Marion County here Saturday.
Oh, that's right, Marion County Saturday.
Here Saturday.
3 home games. We're recording this on Tuesday. Tonight on Tuesday, Friday night, and Saturday night, we are home for 3 straight games a week. And all those games will be carried on bchs.tv, which is on YouTube and Facebook, so keep that in mind, folks, out there. If you can't get to the game in person, and of course, it'll be live on the radio as well on Tuesday night. But
There's no JV game. You may not even know this. Oodawald, I contacted them yesterday. There's no JV game tonight. Friday, I'm anticipating, there's a new coach at Saudi. I'm anticipating there will be a JV game at 3:30 on Friday.
Brooks, yeah.
And then Saturday, we're going to tip it off against Marion County at 2,
Okay.
3, 4:30, and 6.
Well, that's good to know because I didn't think about
Move
that.
everything up. Since it's a Saturday,
Yeah.
move everything up just a little bit. And
Game at 2 o'clock with the girls JV.
yeah,
Okay.
2 o'clock with girls JV. But you're right. We will have gone through first half of the district, but we have some games on the road.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, we got
obviously
some tough ones on
Cleveland
the
and
road.
East Hamilton will be the 2.
McMinn County.
McMinn County is very capable of knocking anybody off in this district, and there's a lot of work. Cameron said we just got to keep improving. This week, you know, if you're not careful, you sit back and go, well, hey, we got some opponents here we should beat. We don't maybe have to work quite as hard. I let them off this weekend, the whole weekend. I want them to kind of get re-energized, and let's be honest here, I let them off because we're playing some weaker opponents, but I want them to get their legs back under them, and sometimes the best practice is a day off. You know, it makes you want to come back and practice hard. So we got a lot of basketball left to play, and gosh, there's going to be some tough games, as you've already alluded to. East Hamilton, they had us up against the ropes.
They sure did.
But we found a way. Anna Walker made a big play, and we found a way to. It was a team win. Don't get me wrong, but so we just got to keep. You know, the only thing we can control is ourselves, our effort and attitude, and we just focus on getting a little bit better each day in practice. And I've got a hunch, after all these years of doing this, that we'll be okay. As long as we stay focused and stay hungry. We got to stay hungry.
Well, one thing I want to mention that we've not brought up lately, the Bearettes have won 73 consecutive District 5 AAA games. We've swept the district several years in a row, and that is great. But let me put that in perspective. Jim Smitty once went 13 seasons without losing a single district game. So you may get there. I don't know. But that's a great accomplishment. Don't get me wrong, 73 wins in a row. I think we're 59-1 at home in district games since you've been coaching. This is your 10th year here. So hats off to you and the girls. And I know you'll say you got to have the players, and you do.
I do.
But there's a lot of coaching that makes those players have the skills and reach the fundamental level they have to be successful in AAA basketball and win a state title like you did last year.
Well, I appreciate it. It's flattering, Gary, but the girls deserve the credit. They make all the plays. I hope I can help them out a little bit and put them in the right positions. And you know, I've got my CDL license, so I can drive the bus and get them there on time.
You're an excellent bus driver, right?
I'll make sure we're not late to
like
the games.
Rain Man.
Yeah, but these kids work really hard. You know, we don't try to talk about. We talk about winning championships, don't we, Cambry? But I don't talk a lot about streaks. I really don't bring those streaks up.
That's people like me doing it.
Yeah, because you know, I'm glad you're keeping up with it. We're blessed to have it. You know, knock on wood. We want that streak to go as long as it can. It'll eventually come to an end. But we don't want it to happen without us giving our best effort. And if we give our best effort, that's all we can do. So that's all I ask out of these girls, their best effort.
Well, Coach, we thank you for joining us here on BCHS.TV today. Camry Mail, thank you for sitting in here today, one of our seniors. We'd like to see you keep firing that 3-ball now and just make more than you miss, okay? That's all we ask for you there.
And play a little defense.
Hey, she's talked before you got here, Coach. The defense is what she likes. So
That's her specialty, yeah.
and we wish you continued success as a striker in soccer and wherever the world may lead you next year in the world of athletics and education. That's the main thing. Get you education, and if you can play a little ball or soccer, whatever, go for it. Stay in touch. You're always a Bearette, you know that.
Yes.
For BCHS TV, I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, with Coach Reuter and Camry Mail here. We're going to say so long for now. God bless, and go Bears.